Hi, I'm Mahesh Kamath. In this episode, I'm going to tell you about another great queen from Indian history, Rani Rudrama Devi. She was a queen of the Kakatiya dynasty which ruled the Deccan Plateau. She was a queen also who fought many battles and looked after her subjects with justice and care. Please watch. Rani Rudrama Devi was a queen of the Kakatiya dynasty in the Deccan Plateau from 1263 to 1289. Some say it was till 1295. Rudrama Devi was born as Rudrama to King Ganapati Deva. She was the only child of the king who was a ruler of the Kakatiya dynasty. He ruled the entire territory from Warangal, the capital of the dynasty. The Kakatiya dynasty was one of the major dynasties that ruled over Telangana and had a major contribution in shaping its history and civilization. Hanuman Konda, a hillock between the rivers Godavari and Krishna, formed the foundation of the Kakatiya Empire, Warangal, which was then called Urugalu and which formed the capital of the Telugu kingdom from about 1150 AD to 1323 AD. Since Raja Ganapati Dev had no sons, he performed the Putrika ceremony and formally designated Rudrama Devi as a son. For her male recognition, she was named Rudradev. On the advice of the Prime Minister, Ganapati Dev also nominated Rudrama Devi to be his male heir. This was another ritual and custom not much known in the rest of India. Rudrama Devi rose to power in her early teens when she was appointed co-regent and ruled alongside her father. She maintained a designation that was bestowed on her and ruled as a king. She wore male attire and maintained a similar demeanor. She was later married to Veerabhadra, a king of Nidadvolu, with whom she had 2 female children. In the first few years of the conjunct rule with her father, Rudrama Devi saw the kingdom falling into utter chaos during the Pandya invasion. Jatavarma Sundara Pandyan I invaded their empire, throwing it into disorder and confusion. The Kakatiyas, along with their allies, were disastrously defeated on the battlefield of Muttukur near Nellore. Although the invasion was eventually repelled, King Ganapati Dev suffered a loss of territory and self-respect. Consequently, his control over his vassals and nobles were left on shaky grounds. The kingdom was now left in a weakened state. Following the loss of prestige after the Pandya invasion, her father retired from the public space and passed on the control to Rudrama. The powers now were vested in the hands of Rani Rudrama Devi. Scriptures suggest she individually started ruling from 1261. Around 1266, she lost both her father and her husband. After the demise of her father, Rudrama was finally coronated in 1269. She was now officially the queen of the empire. However, owing to her gender, several oppositions, including that of her stepbrothers, came her way. Hariharan Dev and Murari Dev, who refused to submit to a woman's authority, later rebelled against her. Despite the antagonism she faced because of her gender, she rose up as one of the greatest warriors of her time. She drove back the Yadava king of Devagiri, forcing him to finally sign a peace accord. She also introduced a new policy of recruiting people from the non-aristocratic background as commanders in the army as well as in the administration. It was a radical step to take at that time. She also captured important forts like Renadu, Eruva, Mulikinadu and Satti. Her accomplishments include the completion of the Warangal fort that her father had begun building. It involved the addition of a second wall and a moat to the structure, which was built to protect the city against future sieges. The Venetian traveler Marco Polo, on his visit to the kingdom, later spoke about her administrative qualities and high capacity. He appreciated her kind and gentle rulership of the kingdom and her greatness. He wrote and described her as a lady of discretion and appreciated her manners of justice and fairness to the people. Another very inspiring queen from India. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you.